Hey guys, good morning. It's that caffeine. So on my previous video, I'm talking about what you can do to become a person that will be hired for work, right? I used Kyle's video here as an example, and actually I'm very happy to see that some of you reached out to me and left some comments and other good stuff, and even spoke about your experiences about working for someone and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm super happy to read the comments. Of course, that's the point of me making these videos. I want to have a discussion with you guys and share what I know, and just hang out for a bit, right? This stuff is fun for me. The reason why I'm making this video is because there was a little discussion here between James Fox and Jeremy Willis, right? You two guys said something here that kind of really stood out to me, and I wanted to talk about it, right? The first thing is basically from James Fox is that you can't use your own perception to edit for someone else. I'll never do that again. Edit for someone else. I place my own views on what should have been, and I made it the opposite of what the person wanted. How? Don't ask. But yeah, they did not voice what they wanted. Oh well. If someone tells you, here, make something, and then they give you no direction, that's definitely a red flag. If you don't really have a history of editing, then it might be difficult. But if they come up to me and be like, hey, you're an editor, can you edit a video for me? I mean, obviously I'll say yeah, but my style of editing is like this, and obviously I have a whole bunch of videos from my Paul's Tech channel, mainly showing them what kind of editing I do, right? My style, right? Also something I learned early on is basically what kind of projects I do not want to work on, right? Say wedding videos. Somebody asked me to do a wedding video, I'm probably gonna say no because I do not like making those kinds of videos, right? So there's there are certain things you're gonna learn on the way when it comes to working with people, right? In general, that if someone doesn't give you direction, it's good because it's open, because you can do whatever you want. But in this case, what happened to this guy, these are the things you need to talk about. If anything, if someone doesn't have an idea of what they want, whatever it may be, just be like, well, what is it that you're looking for? And, ask them to show you videos of of other people's videos that they like. For example, when I started working for Paul, I started to watch other tech channels that I never seen before, just to get an idea of the pacing, how they edit the videos, just to get an overall feel of how tech videos are edited, right? So that's kind of how I started, right? Just get a reference of what's going on and what they want, depending on the project that people are asking you to do. Maybe you can ask for a reference, what kind of what is it they want to see towards the end, for their project, right? Then Jeremy Willis talked about, he said every edit he's done has been entirely without instruction. Early on I voiced my concern there, but ultimately realized that it was more being left up to me to interpret what the audience needed and make that. He says something important here. Basically, it's up to you to put something together that the audience may want. I guess a good example would be with Paul's tech news that we've been doing lately. A lot of those videos, I do add certain jokes that I feel the viewer will understand and pick up on, right? A good example is basically memes, right? Memes are everywhere on the internet right now. Since our audience is basically obviously the internet, me adding jokes that's related towards the internet, which are memes, people pick up on it, right? They pick up on the jokes easily. So I have that in mind when I'm making these kinds of videos, is that, adding certain common jokes that go around the internet, memes, and in this case, people pick up on that, right? Same thing with certain tech jokes, right? Let's just say Linus Tech Tip, for example. The joke is that he always drops something and breaks stuff, right? It's kind of been the joke about him, right? So if someone was to make a comment or a joke about Linus breaking something, for the most part, since the audience are mainly tech guys, they know of Linus Tech Tips, so they know that joke of him, breaking stuff, right? So there's a lot of common things to be familiar with your audience. See, when you deliver a joke, people can pick up on it, right? Basically, it's an inside joke, within your audience, right? You guys pick up on stuff like that. So it is good to learn, what is it that your audience wants, right? And for the last comment here, I've been asked, but I'm not going into something blind ever again. I had a fallout with a friend. Needless to say, we aren't friends anymore. Hard lesson learned, and we'll never do it again. All right, sorry you had to experience that, buddy. When it comes to losing friends over work, yeah, it has happened to me, especially when money is involved. It is difficult. Being fucked over, especially with money, it's that's one kind of fucked up. You know, I definitely experienced that. And, you know, and people ripping you off. I mean, obviously, that's not a good feeling, right? But I guess the other bad part where people can, like, you know, lose friendships over is basically when egos gets in the way, right? And I think that's something that I guess my younger self had to deal with, or had to learn to put aside. Is basically learning to let go of that ego. Meaning, when I started working with Paul, right, my sense of humor is very vulgar and dark, you know. Like, I like that, you know. I grew up watching a lot of black comedy movies, you know, say Quentin Tarantino style, like dark humor, you know, people's head being shot off and they make a joke out of it, shit like that, you know, violence or whatever, right? My sense of humor can be pretty fucked up in that sense, right? So when I started working with Paul, I had to learn to scale back a lot of that humor, right, that I added. For example, one time Paul, he had like a virtual headset. Then like he was kind of like pretending like he was like lost in space or something, right? And as a joke, I added like one of those POV porns, virtual porn things on the side, you know, just blurred out, right? Now, obviously, he's not gonna leave that there, but that's just like the kind of humor I have, right? Now, he deleted that. One, like he is not into that kind of humor, but also because, you know, he's in a level in life where like he needs to basically play it safe, because he has sponsorships, you know, he's working with like major corporations that they want to maintain a good reputation, a good image, you know, that's how it is. Understanding that and accepting that, I had to learn to scale back a lot of my humor when working with pause videos, right? I had to find that middle ground where like I kind of like have to like, I'm still myself, but I'm still not over myself, right? The point I'm trying to get at is that if I would have still like stuck to my guns, be like, nah, this is who I am, this is how I like to edit, and so on and so forth, most likely that would have caused like some, you know, tension between me and Paul, and we wouldn't work together, right? Because in the end of the day, I think that's what's more important, just basically getting work done and moving on to the next project. That's all it is, right? I think early on, especially when you're early projects, you maybe put too much of yourself into it. You know, you want to make the world's best movie, best video, best I don't know what, you know, you put too much into it, right? So any little thing that people may criticize or make a judgment on or whatever, you can take it too serious, right? On your early projects, right? So yeah, when it comes to like losing friendships, I think like the only time I ever really lost friendships is when people like their fucking attitude gets in the way, you know, the ego. They fuck up and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna apologize because, you know, they didn't think like they did anything wrong or something like that. One guy I fucking started disliking because like he was a camera guy and he was criticizing. We were like a group of friends that we started filming projects together, right? And he was like had too much of an ego, saying that everything we do is garbage, right? He just said that out loud and it pissed me off. I'm like, man, fuck you, we're just starting out. I mean, literally, we met in college, you know, we have like no experience. That's kind of like the reason why we got together and started making films, right? But like, you know, that attitude, be like, yeah, everything we make is garbage, it sucks. It's like, dude, fuck you, you know, I didn't like that whatsoever. So, you know, I lost a lot of respect for that guy. I had one friend where he was going to college, a university actually, and he asked me if I can edit all of his school projects, and I did. You know, because I like to edit, but I just like to helping him out. At least that's how I saw it, right? So he gave me basically all of his projects throughout fucking, you know, school when he was going to the university. He was always telling me, hey, everybody loved the edit, so on and so forth, right? And then like pretty much as soon as he graduated, he stopped contacting me. I tried to reach out for him and like he basically ghosted me, and I'm like, well, fuck you then. I totally like told him to fuck off. I blocked his number and all that shit, and you know, I never really saw him again after that. So shit like that's gonna happen, you know, you're gonna lose friends. It's unfortunate, you know. Yeah, there's really no other way around it besides, you know, it's gonna happen, right? But don't feel too bad. If anything, like, you know, life is all about change, you know, constant change. So, all right, anyways, I got nothing else to say. Thank you guys for, thank you guys for the comments. I do appreciate it. You know, it really does mean a lot to me. And like, you know, really like being in contact with you guys and like, you know, seeing what you guys have to say, you know, that's why I'm doing this, just to chat with you guys, right? So anyways, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. Take care and peace.